Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Siddhanath Nishanda. In previous videos we discuss the gas turbine in detail, open cycle gas turbine, closed cycle gas turbine, okay, for constant pressure, for constant volume. Both cycles are working on different principles, that is the Joule, Breton, Atkinson cycle. Then further we discuss how to improve the thermal efficiency of gas turbine with the help of regenerator, reheating, intercooling. And last previous video we go through that, we combining all the methods, what affect on the TS diagram. Further slides or the videos we discuss the jet propulsion in detail. And today's the lecture, today's the video we cover what is meant by jet propulsion, what is the difference between gas turbine and jet propulsion, and the turbojet engine. The remaining chapter is quite interesting. Please subscribe my channel Siddhanath Nishanda. Okay, let's start with the difference between the gas turbine and the jet engine. Okay, if we see the gas turbine, okay, we see the outlet portion. If you see here, the outlet area of the gas turbine and for the outlet area for the jet engine is the main difference. Okay, in gas turbine we produces mostly, there is very important, the rotary power, that is the mechanical power, the power available in the form of rotating shaft. That is the main purpose of the gas turbine. They are almost utilized for the power plants, the grid electricity, to generate electricity, or any to produce mechanical power is the mainly role of the gas turbine. In case of jet engines, if we see in the jet fighters, jet cars, jet marines, there is a, what is the main difference is the exhaust is going to reduce. The exhaust area is going to reduce. It act as a nozzle. Okay, in jet propulsion we add two different parts now. At the inlet there is a diffuser. Okay, in further slides we discuss, and that outlet is act as a nozzle. It consists of main components is the diffuser, compressor, combustion chamber, turbine, and nozzle. And in case of gas turbine we study there is a compressor, combustion chamber, turbine. Okay, now we added the two different parts. Now is the case that is the diffuser and the nozzle. Okay, we further study the combined gas cycle power plant. We again revise. If we see here the gas turbine, okay, the exhaust of the gas turbine is we recovered. Okay, this is a heat. It contains of most amount of heat, and that heat we going to content or to recover to heat the water. Okay, if we see that exhaust gas comes in contact with that cold water, and that water becomes steam, that I utilize for the steam generation. This is the gas turbine. Okay, maybe single or maybe combined form. Now see what is the jet propulsion now. This is the jet propulsion. Okay, the exhaust, if we see, it is a flow bypass over the nozzle in order to get maximum thrust. That is the gas turbine here. If you see, it is used for the mechanical power. And I again repeat, at the jet propulsion, the purpose of jet propulsion is to produce thrust force. And the purpose of the gas turbine, we conclude that to produce mechanical power. In case of combined cycle, if you see in this video, and then jet propulsion to produce thrust, it works on principle of Newton's third law of motion. There is every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. The word propulsion, the jet propulsion, the word propulsion, what it indicates, to produce propulsive motion with the help of jet. Now let's start with the turbojet engine. We go through these videos. If you see, there is a compressor, low pressure compressor, high pressure compressor. There is the combustion chamber, is a product with the two space, inner space and annular space. We also discussed in before previous videos. And this is the turbine, and last one is the nozzle. I divided the part A1 to 1. There's a diffuser, you see here. Then 1 to 2 compressor, 2 to 3 combustion chamber, 3 to 4 turbine, and the nozzle. Okay, now starts the main component I've discussed now. Okay, in this unit, no propeller is provided at the entrance. If you see here, there is no propeller at the entrance. Air diffuser is placed in front of the compressor and rear end jet nozzle is provided. This is provided with the diffuser or this is provided with the nozzle. Diffuser and nozzle is nothing but is varying cross-sectional areas. Because of that varying cross-sectional areas, there is a change in the properties like a pressure, velocity. Okay, when initially compressor starts to rotate, it creates low pressure inside the chamber, so that atmosphere air try to sucks inside this chamber. Before coming to the compressor is passed through some cross-sectional areas which act as a diffuser. Now we see what is the role of diffuser. The function of diffuser, it slows down the air velocity and part of the kinetic energy of the air stream is converted into pressure energy. The process is called a ram effect. Before coming into the compressor, because of this some cross-sectional area, the velocity goes on decreases and the pressure trying goes to increases. That phenomena we call as a ram effect. Then it enters in the compressor where its pressure is raised up to 4 bar. Some partial pressure increase in ram effect in diffuser, and in compressor pressure is increase up to 4 bar. The compressor air then enters in the annular combustion chamber. We see here there is the annular combustion chamber and the outer casing of this combustion chamber, and we know that out of 25% air is only used for the combustion purpose and the remaining 75% air is utilized to cool the combustion chamber. The compressor air then enters in the annular combustion chamber. The fuel is forced into combustion chamber through fuel nozzles. We see here the fuel is injected through the nozzles and it comes in contact with that hot air. Here 10 to 20% of expansion of hot gases takes place in a gas turbine to produce the power just sufficient to run the compressor. Okay, again repeat, only 10 to 25% power is utilized here to just run the compressor, and the remaining power around 80%, around 70 to 100%, around 70 to 80% power out of 100, but that is remaining 80 to 90% of expansion of hot gases takes place in exist jet nozzle to produce very high velocity jet of exhaust gas from rear side of the engine to develop maximum thrust to propel the engine in the forward direction with very high velocity. It works on principle I told that Newton's third law of motion. The turbojets are mostly suited for the aircraft traveling above 800 km per hour. Okay, now I'm going to summarize what is the difference. Okay, if you see the only 10 to 20% power, 10 to 20% power is developed in the turbine to just run the compressor, and remaining 80 out of the remaining 80% power utilized to produce thrust to get propulsive motion. That is the main difference. And in case of gas turbine, utilized to almost all the powers it is utilized to convert into rotary power. There is no need to produce thrust. There is the main purpose is to produce mechanical power, and in case of turbojet engine is the main power to produce thrust. So remaining just only 10 to 20% is rotary power utilized to run the compressor, because the compressor is the work absorbing device. Initially compressor run by some starting motors. Once the developed power starts, that motor is going to cut off, and the 80% thrust power is used to propel the aircrafts or any applications. In further videos we discuss the actual applications of the turbojet engines and start the remaining parts. Thank you.